And to speak of rules sounds kind of medieval and monastic and not much fun. And we have to look rather at what is the pattern, what are my priorities of how I use these gifts. And so I'll just name some components. First of all, our spiritual practices, and not to become rigid in those, but to think what is our pattern of worship? What is our pattern of worship in community? What are those things that sustain us? I won't say in our private lives, because we're all part of community, but in our personal spiritual practices. How do I pray? And we can get stuck if we're not brave about exploring ways of praying. How do I relate to those people who touch my life, my family, my community? Person sitting next to me in the pew. There's an old Charlie Brown cartoon. I love mankind, it's people I can't stand. I love my church, but I hate this chair of the committee or whatever. How do we relate to those persons who are touching our lives, our fellow workers, our neighbors, whatever? This is a good place to discover pockets of sin in us. It's where our ageism and our racism and our homophobia and all those things get in there. I will confess to something about ageism. I think that means you must be very nice to me. Well, I was not that long ago up again where my street folk are, when the high school and the junior high school got out all at once. And here came these kids with these ridiculous clothes, and they were being very loud, and they were not carrying any books. I could see no one was taking a book home to study. And I was not saying anything. I was just walking along. And then I thought, oh, ageism. They weren't hurting me in any way. And I was judging harshly.